sleepy and thanks to the unranked mode. But did he train against a Puff? That's a good question. In any case, it is still a Fox against a Puff, and it's definitely not for Ice, and especially sorry, the opposite. It's definitely more for the Fox than for the Puff, as we just saw with that first stock.
Case in point from Ice. The last time we saw, well, maybe not the last time, but the last time I remember seeing Ice play a Puff was Solo Battle, and I'm pretty sure Solo Battle did incredibly well against Ice. But so if that's a Puff thing, or perhaps Solo Battle had like techniques against Ice that were really working, we'll see if Jamie can pick up on whatever that was.
The thing is, like, Ice is definitely playing the player way more than the matchup in a sense. So you never know. But right now, I mean, it's just like completely, just like letting his plan going on, just catching all of those rolls, forcing him to shield, forcing him to make some defensive option, and already here to make the pressure.
Yeah, Ice is really sort of laying it down. This, like, Jamie hasn't really gotten anything going.
Yeah, as you mentioned, nothing going on well for Jamie right now. I mean, Ice is already taking another one. It's already 3 stocks. I mean, we're talking about the fact that maybe Jamie, you know, had a shot at taking down Ice, but right now, man, it's not.
It's not looking like it.
Oh no.
Maybe looking a bit flustered as well with how strong Ice's like aggression has been. Just like immediately dropping that edge guard.
Yeah.
Ice is
that's the thing. Like, Ice also, Ice got some really good recovery, as we saw during the set against Raul, for instance. It's super hard to reach and to catch, and he just fell down to the top platform with a net pair to 4-stock his opponent. Just literally fell down with a net pair.
Yeah, like it was nothing. He just had so much dominance over that game. Jamie couldn't get anything going at all, and was basically, it just looked like he was playing like, oh, I just don't want to get 4-stocked. But,
yeah, might be, actually.
But that is not how that went down. He instead did get 4-stocked because Ice is too good. And did you see his movement, like moving around like the dash attacks? It was so perfectly spaced.
I mean, you know how much of a fan of the Ice movement I am. Like, I love the Fox.
I think you may have coined the term, in fact.
Okay, so we'll see now. Obviously, we're going on to Dreamland Classic. A lot of room to move around, allowing Puff to survive for a very long time, getting more of a hide-and-seek kind of neutral game we're gonna see. But obviously, will help the Fox getting a lot of room, a lot of space to him also just move around and getting super defensive in a sense. So we're gonna see if he can manage to do something. But in any case, Ice like instantly close down the distance, puts the Puff into the corner, find the grab, find the up air, and already found the first stock.
Yep. And it was like you started by saying how Ice feels like he plays the player, but it doesn't even look like he's had to acknowledge his opponent yet. He's just been like he's just going through the motions of how you beat a Puff. This looks like a pools game for Ice. Like, I don't need to think about what you're doing because I will just overwhelm you with my movement, with my positioning, and with my punish game.
That's actually very true. But a lot of the ways using also the platform, as you said, just like is always at a spot where it's just like so threatening, and every single time Jamie just tried to, you know, make a move to like just get away from me, but Ice is already on him, as you mentioned. And look at that, falling down to the platform, finally a whiff, finally getting a grab and a huge punish. Unfortunately, did not close out the stock.
He got like the hard part that could have secured that into like a pretty strong edge guard, but unfortunately made a crucial drop right at the end.
Yeah, that happened. But I mean, that's the thing with Ice recovery also. It just like make that, you know, that jump backward to gain a lot of distance as much as he can. Just like start a weird spot up B, where it's kind of tough sometimes for Puff to reach. So he'd rather just went back to stage and cover safely. Unfortunately, he did not pick the right shoes. But this time, finding a full because Ice went a little bit too deep into that tech chase. Finally, the stock is gone.
Yep. Good stuff by Jamie, holding it together. But what can he do? What kind of, like, I feel like strong adaptations need to be made, because doesn't look like Ice is sort of taking the opponent too seriously. He just seems to be playing his game, or he hasn't had to think about what does this player want to do here. He is still just playing to that, like, his strengths. Especially with how good his movement is, he can just react to a lot of Jamie's options as well.
I think it's like, I honestly feel like Jamie is starting to find a more and more solution. Because even if he did not hit Ice in, or maybe not, maybe he found some hit. But I feel like I struggle more and more to find his hit on Jamie right now.
Yeah.
So he's definitely making a great job at just like, you know, trying to go with the flow of Ice and trying to counter it.
Yeah. Man, I completely agree as well. Ice's recovery has been so ambiguous.
Look at that. Okay, finding the back air with the south spot. Not the other one. Like, Jamie is not afraid, actually, which is the most impressive. He is not afraid about the Ice Fox right now, even though he's getting, like, it's getting super hard for him. But he's not afraid. He's still trying stuff, trying to figure out how the German Fox works. And he's finding stuff. Like,
there's, like, a clear adaptation that's been made by Jamie. He's definitely gotten a grip with how Ice wants to move around the stage. Ooh, this could be a big punish.
Oh, that's so sad.
Not quite.
Yeah. Can he make it back? Can he though?
This is tough though. Yeah, he's definitely. Ice knows that he's just one up smash away. Yeah.
But once again, like, you know, like that, just that last interaction where just like he jumped toward Ice and then retreat, and he still make that spot dodge. You know, it was like okay. And I'm pretty sure like the next match we're gonna see, it's not gonna be the same as the two previous one for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. The rate at which he's adapting, and like as you say, that looked like he was baiting something out. He was just trying to use his movement to get a bit of an understanding of how Ice wants to like play, and I think that that was just a crucial bit of information for him. We'll see if he uses it.
Yeah, I mean we'll see. But yeah, in any case, like there is some adaptation. You talked about how he improved fast. EUO also said it, and I'm pretty sure like all of his opponents said it. Now he's already in top 8. More so top 6, by the way, in that tournament. Like in winner's side. So I mean,
with some really good players here. This isn't granted, it is worth saying his bracket was helped as Nintendo beat Frenzy.
That's true.
So he would have ended up playing Frenzy instead of Nintendo if that didn't go that way. But undeniably, a really good win regardless. Ooh.
Okay.
Completely different.
I mean, he's finally starting a good game on his own. Because like all of the other game wasn't for him straight at the beginning. Like Ice was already on him. But look at that, nearly 80% dealt on the Fox.
Yeah. And while it didn't lead to it.
Oh.
Good DI. Good DI.
He went so far for it. Like he catch that retreat. He's catching it. Like Ice also is just like he's really good at understanding his opponent, as we mentioned, and now he just like caught up his retreat, caught up his recovery. What is gonna do now? Waiting a bit. Terrible spot for for Jamie, sorry. But fighting the bear, fighting the center. There's so many buff from the UK.
Genuinely, that's a really fair mistake to make. They're both like 15 as well. Like they're both these young upcoming top players.
Okay, so he's finally in the lead, though. He's finally in the lead for the first time in the entire set.
Yeah, and it's not just in the lead. It was game 1, he got 4 stocked. Game 2, I believe he went down the first 2 stocks before he took a stock, and now he's taken the first stock. Like the adaptations from Jamie is huge, incredibly impressive.
Yeah. And once again, made some really good movement. Like, unfortunately, even if you win that game, he needs to win like 2 games in a row on the Ice counter pick, which will, I do think, will be Pokemon Stadium. But we'll see if he will be able to, nonetheless, just take that game, because like Ice, I think he wants that quick 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't go for the rest. Interesting.
I feel like Ice got some really good defense also regarding all of the that's so sad.
Very unfortunate.
Oh man, like
turning
playing
to
buff.
tech. Yeah.
I mean, like, doing an SD on Dreamland at less than 50%.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's depressing.
It is depressing. I mean, there's something you could learn from that, though. Like, a lot of characters will... So... Was that power shoot up smash from us?
Yeah, that was portion.
Yeah.
It was just ready for it.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, a bit sad.
Oh, great.
A bit sad for the last game for Jamie, but definitely a good W for Ice. Just going on to winner finals. We're gonna play and try to take upon Pipsqueak. But yeah, sad for Jamie as for the last game, but nonetheless, he's still in top 6. He's still in the middle of the quarter, and he will be waiting for the winner of Mint and Meady.
Yes. Yes. That's and either way, that'll be really interesting actually. I think Jamie Meady would be really fun, and Jamie Mint would be really